So today we're going to be checking out one of the weirdest, unique, wildest, and wackiest looking guitars that I've ever seen, and that is the Kononykheen Breed 15 in the satin Miami purple. Let's take a look. So what's going on, guys? Welcome back. Today we're going to be checking out another Kononykheen guitar. Today we're checking out the Breed 15. So again, how Kononykheen works, they're a company based out of Russia, and what they're doing is they're making guitars throughout the year, and when it reaches a certain threshold or a certain point in time where they've been for sale for however long, they stop producing them and then they come out with a whole new batch of guitars that are completely different from the previous batch. So I recently did a demo of the Breed 14 in the Seafoam Green, and the Breed 15, I guess, is his brother or sister for that matter, for that specific batch. So the specs for the Breed 15, again, made in Russia. It is a hard ash body, heavy ash. It's got a tremolo system, a Kononykheen tremolo system, non-locking, Kononykheen pickups, maple neck, black wood fretboard with no fret markers, and 25.5-inch scale, almost identical to the Breed 14 in terms of specs and construction. The only difference would be the body type and the fretboard type. Other than that, it's pretty much the same guitar, okay? For this song, I'm in drop C sharp, running through the old axe effects. You know the drill. When we come back, we'll talk about the positives and the negatives of the Breed 15 and ultimately my summary of this guitar. Without further ado, here's the song. So guys, that is the Breed 15 from Kononykheen. We'll start with the negatives first. Negatives, I can think of two. I don't like not having fretboard markers. You guys know this. I said it a lot with my Mick Thompson Jackson when I had that in my possession. I didn't really like it. I just get lost. Even though it does have side dots, I needed that point of reference. I don't care how many years of playing, if it's easier to play, why not have it? So it looks cool, don't get me wrong, but when you're trying to play up in the upper register, it can get pretty crowded and pretty hard to see where you are, I would say. And the only other negative I can really think of with this guitar is the color. The fluorescent in-your-face purple, pinkish. Not really my cup of tea. However, I love this company and I love the guitars that they've been making, so I wanted to try it and I wanted to see what it was all about. And although the color is not my choice, it is still a rock solid guitar. Positives. First big positive is the weight of this guitar. It feels as heavy, again, much like the Breed 14, as heavy as my 92 Les Paul Standard. And it's only an ash body. You would think it would be kind of light. No, it feels like a solid chunk of mahogany, and it's even got a route out for the tremolo system. But it weighs close to, I would say, like 9 pounds. I mean, it is heavy and a big guitar. I'm not the biggest guy in the world, so I like knowing that I have a big chunk of wood in my hands. Another positive is the bridge pickup. Kononykheen makes their own pickups, and this pickup has a much higher output compared to the Breed 14 in the bridge position, which is what I play with about 95% of the time anyway. So I was very thankful that this model, which is the main reason why I bought it honestly, was because the bridge pickup had a much higher output and a much more in-your-face tone, and I didn't have to dig in as hard to get a response out of it. Less dynamic, however, I don't really care about dynamics when I'm playing in the bridge position. I wanted something with some chug and some gain and some balls to it, and it definitely had that. Another positive is the neck. I love the satin neck, as well as you can see it's got a bit of flame maple coming through on the neck itself, so it's very pretty and very rock solid. Huge positive for me. And one final positive for these guitars is the price. They're very well made instruments, and they're not gonna kill your bank account and put a giant hole in your wallet, okay? They're a bang for the buck, but they don't cheap out, you know what I mean? They don't you know how some production guitars, you can just tell it has that feeling. I said it again with the Jackson, the Mick Thompson Jackson. It just didn't feel, it just didn't have that mojo in it. However, with this guitar in particular, I felt it did. I felt it's something about the weight and the way it just the way it feels, man. It feels really good, and I just like the way it's made and how it's made, and for the price that they're offering, I thought it was just a huge bang for the buck, and I'm really happy with the price of these guitars. Bonus positive, I almost forgot, the cutaway for the heel. Much like the Jim Root stuff, for example, like the Jim Root Telly and the Strats, they have that cutaway when you're trying to get up in the upper register. Well, guess what? This has that as well. So when you're playing some widdlies up in the upper register, you won't run into that big giant box for bolt-ons that, Strats have and, other guitars. They get that cutaway, so it's nice and comfortable. It kind of feels like that handshake grip, and it's not as boxy and uncomfortable. So what did you guys think of the Kononykheen Breed 15? I just want to say that they've just released their new batch for this year, the 16 and the 17, and you'll be sure I'm going to get my hands on at least one of the two. I'm looking at this bluish, tealish Floyd Rose guitar. I hate Floyd Roses, but I just love the color, and it just looks like it can shred. So I'm thinking I'm definitely going to pick one up, alright? But let me know what you thought of this guitar. Leave it down in the comments. If you're not a subscriber, please subscribe to my channel, like and share this video. Head on over to kononykheen.com to check out the guitars. As always, dudes, stay metal, and I will see you guys next time.